The Demon King of the Skyscrapers is here to dominate Japan. Hola everyone, and welcome to the House of Ippo. Chapter 1326 of Hajime no Yagi has been translated, and it's time to dive in the game of Mahjong. That is right. For those of you that remember, Chapter 1326, Yagi, aka Yami in the Underground, is finally facing off against Keith the Dragon in the ultimate Mahjong match. Now, this is going to be kind of a fun way to see how luck really can affect Keith the Dragon, but let's dive into this chapter, break it down brick by brick, and have a little bit of fun, because to me, that's what these in-between fight chapters are. They're a way to get a little bit more character development, but also kind of break us from the flow of boxing. And George just loves Mahjong. So, we start off with Nikota and the dog talking to one another. The dog says, wolf. Okay, I don't think he says it like that, but picture a dog saying wolf. Nikota, I'm just, it's not fair. You always play with the dogs. I'm not playing with you anymore. You know, dogs can't even play. You know what? Dogs shouldn't even play. The dogs laugh as he says this. But Nikota starts to think to himself, there's no one else who can beat these guys but him. The strongest sparring partner. Haruhiko Yagi. Yami-san as he's known. He's the only one. And that means that Nikota even knows that Yagi is one of the bosses of the Mahjong world. That's really cool. Again, because Yagi is not great at boxing, but he's great at everything else. Again, he is the Aoki of the older generation. But we're now counting the points, I think. I don't quite know how Mahjong works, but 3,000, 6,000, 16,000, 6,000 all. Keith makes a series of agari. And the owner is thinking to himself, what am I witnessing right now? That is ridiculous. I is thinking, this kind of luck isn't even in the game book, meaning, how is he able to do all of this and still succeed as just somebody who is doing what they're supposed to be doing? It doesn't make any logical sense. Murakami thinks, I don't believe in this flow, but they're seeing how everything kind of works out. And Keith is saying to himself, reach for the sky. Sorry, we're going a little bit more dramatic this week. Anyway, Tai and Murakami say, go. This is intense. This is a battle. There's expressions on their faces that the owner has not even seen before. He can't even see what's going on in front of him because of the tears. And Ippo is just like me. He doesn't understand the rules, but he can feel it. Clearly, there is a wind blowing. Luck is happening. Something is going on. And it's absolutely insane. That is right. Ippo is in the same boat as us. He has no comprehension to the world around him. The first game is ended with an overwhelming victory to Keith. Has luck finally shown its face in this story? Are we not just boxing? Are we really coming to the point of luck being the only thing that you need to win a match? Keith asks a very important question. By the way, how much is it? What is the rate? I.e., how much am I going to make off this gosh darn game? Yagi says, Mr. Keith, gambling is prohibited in Japan. Keith, oh. Well, something like a little bet doesn't make me nervous. I'm okay with that. Yagi says, no, I have something to bet on. Pride. My whole self is at stake on this tabletop right now. Money is a small matter. It does not mean anything to me in the slightest. But what this game does is it shows your character, Mr. Keith. Keith says out loud, interesting. This is a way to read an opponent. And the owner thinks to himself, well said, Yami. Yagi goes, and yet the flow, this game, Keith is so strong. I see the name Demon King of the Skyscraper is not a bad thing. It's not false. In fact, he is very strong, a worthy opponent. Ippo's watching these matches as these hands are flying, at an insane, incredible speed. And he thinks to himself, well, sometimes I can't even follow these with my eyes. And that's something that's kind of important because Ippo's supposed to have really good eyes, seeing where the punches are coming from so he can dip, duck, dive, and dodge them. What kind of hand speed is that? The right hand is going to make a pile of KOs, i.e. really fast. Yagi says, but Tai is always getting off from his tiles. Murakami is just too loud, i.e., bro, these guys are amateurs compared to me. Yagi scores 1,000 points. The other guys, they are just too unreliable. It's all just between Keith, Dragon, and Yami, the king of the underground. And Keith says to himself, good thing it's cheap. The move that he's about to make is a sacrifice for the game. He took out the 1,000-point stick to give to Yagi, and at that moment, Ippo felt something uncomfortable settle across the room. Ippo thinks to himself, what was that? The owner says, a cheap but mind-bogglingly, I cannot pronounce that word, valuable Agari. The flow of the game was broken, and he was clearly unhappy. So here we go. Yagi thinks to himself, not only did he cut off the flow, not only did he break this, but he also brought in the winning hand himself. It's coming. The hand you've been waiting for will surely come. And not for nothing. With conviction, the tiles are laid down. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. White, white, west. I have no idea what that means. Yagi says, it's here. No, this light, this chance is not a coincidence. It is inevitable. It is inalienable. It's a soul dealt by the luck of the land. The goddess herself is smiling down upon this man. But for which side? I'm not sure what to do. Murakami thinks to himself, it's the same as when it was when we were longing for it. The legend is back, undefeated for 20 years. The continuation of the mythical 30-game winning streak begins here. It begins here. You are the only one that can stop Keith Dragon Yami-san. You're the one that can stop him and bring him back. But can you fight? And so ends 12 pages of intense, pulse-pounding Mahjong action. Again, I'm not sure what's going on here. I have no idea how this game is played. Probably better do some research next time. But we are getting to see that luck does play a part in games anyway. And I think that's going to be something really interesting when we start to take a look back on it. We're getting to see a side of Keith Dragon that normally we don't really dive into before the opponents' matches. We only get to see that really for the strongest opponents, the most important opponents that Takamura faces. Like, let's think about Brian Hawk. We got a little bit more background when he was in America, kind of being a lazy piece of crap, not wanting to train, and he was just wanting to do the thing, you know what I mean, all the time. And we got to see David Eagle, again, a little bit outside the match. So every single time that we get to know a character outside of the match like this, it really bodes well for how high quality the return on investment is going to be for us. So the lesson that I think not Ippo, but Takamura is going to learn in this match, or at least show Ippo, one of the two, I haven't decided yet, is that luck isn't what you need to become successful. It's hard work, it's perseverance, it's pushing through when you thought you couldn't make it, when everyone is cheering and everything is lining up for the other guy. With Brian Hawk, you saw that you needed to release your monster self and really pair what the coaches taught you with your own innate sense for boxing. That was me touching the microphone. With David, again, you saw this ruthlessness that Ippo has never expressed. I think that Ippo's going to start looking back at every single one of Takamura's fights and really start to hit the lessons of every single thing that goes with them, at least from the major fights. At least that's what I kind of hope. So when Ippo comes back to the ring, it's going to be from the lessons that not the coach taught him, but Takamura. Getting to see something like this up close is going to be super important. Let me know what you think of Hajime no Yagi down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Hajime no Ippo related content and some more dramatic readings. And for everyone new and old, welcome and welcome back. It's your boy Lohali, and I will see you next video.